Welcome to Entry 16 of the Live Free or Die experience. Our journey takes us deep into South Dakota's hidden gem, the Slim Buttes National Forest, where vast, raised escarpments stretch as far as the eye can see, and where dramatic cliffs and deep ravines were carved over the millennia. Tall grasses and stoic pine trees, elevated prairies, and craggy rocks reveal nature's untouched wilderness. Joining me once again is Jake, behind the wheel of his rugged Ford Anger Ranger, as we chart a course through these secluded trails. And there's an extra thrill in the air. This entry marks the maiden voyage of my own overlanding rig. After testing some of its capabilities in our last adventure, I'm eager to push it to new limits on this epic overlanding quest. So as the horizon unfolds into a land of raw beauty and untamed spirit, join us and immerse yourself in South Dakota's wild heart. A journey where every mile whispers freedom and every twist tells a story to live free or die telling. Friday, October 18th. The mission, 50 miles of raw off-road adventure deep in South Dakota's Slim Buttes National Forest. Jake and I fired up our rigs, pointing them straight into the unknown. By late afternoon, after hours of travel and sightseeing, we found the perfect first stop, a secluded cliffside camp hidden among towering pines. Lights flicked on, tents went up, and the sizzle of campfire filled the crisp night air. Sleep became a battle of endurance. Add frigid cold and the flu into the mix, it should have been a night of misery. But out here, discomfort is part of the adventure. Curled up, listening to the call of coyotes through the trees, I knew, no matter the chill, no matter the struggle, nothing would stop us from making this journey. So, the next morning, we awoke early to prepare for the day ahead.
Good morning, everybody. I am out in Custer-Gallatin National Forest in South Dakota. Got Jake here today.
Hey.
We're going to hit some trails again. We did a little bit of trails last night. I found an awesome campsite on top of a cliff. What do you think of that? Probably hard to see through the trees a little bit. We're going to go around. There's 3 sections to this national forest. We just checked out the north section last night, found a campsite. We're going to go check out the south section, and then there's a section to the east too, which I've been through before, but we haven't done the south section, so.
I've never been. It's going to be exciting.
We're going to finish breakfast here, pack up, and get on the trails. We'll see you there.
All right, ready, buddy?
Yep, I'm ready.
So obviously we just finished packing up. We're hitting the trails now. It's going to be a great day. I love this terrain out here. It's absolutely gorgeous. You don't get this type of stuff in North Dakota.
It looks cool.
Yeah, we just checked out of the north section there. We're gonna go to the south section now. I just want to show you something real quick here. So these guys, they call them battleship because when you're standing at a right angle, they look like battleships out in the distance, which is kind of cool. Made it to our trailhead. You ready, man?
The head of the trail.
Where the trail meets the road.
I was born ready.
This is JB Pass. There's no campfires, which that's okay. Some cows out there. And all up in these trees, miles and miles of trails. So we just got to one of the splits in the trail. This is where our Onyx is leading us. If you can kind of see in the footage that I got here, it's leading upwards. And hopefully it's going to be some fun terrain, a little bit of an obstacle. But once we get to the top, it levels out and we'll see what we can find up there. This was it, the beginning of our main event. From here on out, the trails got steeper, the terrain rougher, and the margin for error got smaller. All right, we got to a point on the trail where it's almost like a choose your own challenge. There's 3 different spots here.
Whatever Tyler chooses, I'm choosing something different.
Perfect.
So you'll get at least 2 of the 3.
We ultimately decided Jake would take the first run. I wanted to hang back and capture him working the trail. Jake's rig of choice? A classic, an 87 Ford Ranger, still running the original 2.9 liter V6. It's not a powerhouse by modern standards, but it gets the job done. And this one's been a labor of love for Jake. Outfitted with gear for just about anything we might hit on the trail. Recovery tools, spares, camping gear, it's carrying more than a few hundred extra pounds. You can hear the strain when it climbs, the engine pushing it just a little harder with every bump on the trail. Once Jake was over the top, I got behind the wheel of my own rig, my 99 Cherokee XJ. Aside from a lift, 33s, and a slip yoke eliminator, it's mostly stock, still running the dependable 4.0 liter inline 6. This part of the trail wasn't worth bragging about, nothing too technical. But for guys like us from North Dakota, where the land is flat, even this felt like a whole new different kind of terrain. But honestly, that's what made it all worth it. The long drive, the planning, the gas money, it was already paying off. These escarpment cliffs seemed to stretch endlessly, and off in the distance, 25 miles out, we could see another one of South Dakota's forests. It was wild, quiet, and worth a stop. So we found a pretty cool spot at the top of this bluff. Got some photos. Now we're gonna hit the trail some more.
see, after quite a bit of driving and going up and down hills and rough, rocky roads, we're finally coming across these trees ahead of us. Cool, so we've officially made it to the almost the tippy top point of our trail, and going through all these trees and woods now. We're probably going to stop for lunch, get some or eat something now, and then we're going to turn around. It's kind of an out and back trail, which kind of sucks because we couldn't find a way to link it all together, but it's all right. We're getting about the middle point of our day, which gives us just enough time to probably head back, hit the eastern section, and find a campsite. Maybe even in the dark. We'll do a little bit of night wheeling. Alright, man, I think I just need to check the Onyx again. There's a split in the road here.
No problem, I need to take a piss anyway.
Alright, according to the map, we'd be going to the right, but this is also kind of the end point for our trip for this section. So maybe we'll just find an open spot, we'll have lunch, and continue back the way we came.
That sounds good to me.
We just found a nice open spot right here in the middle of the trail. It's a nice area. Have lunch, and then we'll go have more fun. So we're pretty stocked up on the MREs. That's what we're planning to do for lunch. Dinner's a different plan, something more, appetizing, but these MREs work pretty good, right?
Patriotic sugar cookies. Hell yeah.
So, Jake, what happened?
I made a mistake. I squeezed a little too hard, and then my drink pouch ejected itself onto my window.
I think we're all proud of you. All the
Kinda
viewers are
sad.
proud of you. I'm proud of you.
It smells like chemical.
Well, we just finished up lunch. We're going to get back to the trails here. I'm going to try to put the drone up so that everybody can see like the area we're in from a nice perspective. A little bit windy out, so we'll see what happens with that. I think honestly so far my favorite part about this trail has just been the diversity. You're getting dirt roads, you're getting rocky roads, and now we're hitting forested trails. And then I think up in the future we're going to start getting some real nice inclines and declines here. Makes for a great adventure, man. So we basically made it out of the forested section that we were just in, heading back down the trail, and we're going to link up with the next trail section that we're planning to meet up with. into a strange and unexpected situation with my Jeep. Just kind of going over these trails, hit a bump, and all of a sudden it died on me. Obviously it's running again now. We managed to get it to start up after a couple tries, but yeah, definitely something we'll keep an eye on. Going down a pretty sharp downhill section here. It's rather sketchy. Everything's shifting.
Well, that looks sketchy.
Despite how it might look, we're not trespassing. A lot of these Forest Service lands are leased out to local ranchers for grazing, which is why you'll see cattle roaming around. But the trails themselves, still open to the public, and perfect for a little off-road fun.
Up or around?
I think up would be more exciting, but around might be interesting too. Who knows? I mean, usually you only make another path when the original one goes to
I'm gonna go up.
I'm with you.
Video really doesn't do it justice, but man, this is a sharp angle. Holy cow.
Put the lake over the top.
Gorgeous. It's actually a pretty steady downhill. What you got going on, Jake?
The shifter linkage for my transfer case fell off. So now I need to repair that so I can get back that ability to shift when I need to. Lost the cotter pin, so it shouldn't be too hard. I'm just hoping this wire that I'm going to install is the right size here. And then I think that'll work.
Jake got his rig fixed up and we're going to keep going back on the trails.
The further we went, the more surreal it became. These trails don't see much traffic, and that isolation adds something to the experience. Like you're seeing a part of the land that most people never will. The escarpments were absolutely breathtaking, layered cliffs stretching out for miles in both directions. But they weren't just beautiful, they were dangerous. In some spots, the trail narrowed near the cliffs, with a 100-foot drop waiting just off to the side. One wrong move and that'd be it. It really puts things into perspective. Your focus sharpens, and you're reminded of how wild and unforgiving the landscape still is.
Oh, just up ahead, we're going to make it to the next forested section of the park here. A nice little break. It's getting a little warm out. Some rough rocky terrain in here. It's wild.
Kind of cool. It's like grandmother's house to go.
Well, here's a campsite to the right if we need it.
Just pull over and take a look at the view real quick.
Will do.
Good site?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's got plenty of flat ground, which is nice. I mean, if the wind picks up, it might be a little unbearable, but it's a lot of cool trees, man.
Yeah, it is. So straight out there,
Yep.
that's the section I've been to before.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So up that range over there?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that where we would have went?
We still can go there, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. Well, I mean, we got the daylight, and it looks
Yeah,
like we'll
hell
make
yeah.
it there, no prob, so.
Okay.
With the plan set, it was time to find camp for the night. We kicked it into gear and let the tires roll. Rubber met dirt once again as we dropped into a winding downhill trail. Thick forest on both sides, the light starting to fade through the trees, the air cooler, quieter, and every turn felt like it was leading us deeper into something untouched. It was the kind of trail that made you forget about time. Just you, your vehicle, and the path ahead.
All right, we just made it to the end of our big, huge trail. I'm going to show you guys, everybody around here. You might notice this is a place that we have been to before in a previous video. That would be me, my wife, and our kids. And now Jake has been coming here for the first time.
It's going to be sweet.
What do you think of the trip so far, man?
Dude, it's awesome. We saw a lot of really cool scenery. Like, I'm just enamored by the beauty, man. It's cool.
It's nothing like North Dakota. Like
Not even close.
this place is awesome.
It doesn't even compare.
All right, so now we're gonna head on this trail and try to find our campsite. So right now we're in a little bit of a race against daylight. Sunset's coming fast. We haven't found a campsite yet. This section of the forest doesn't have as many campsites, I guess. So we're just gonna take our time and hopefully find something. Meanwhile, we go downhill. Been driving for about an hour and a half in this new section. Still haven't found a campsite, so a bit of a problem, and we're
losing daylight pretty fast. I have my eyes on a clearing on Onyx that might work for us. But, as you can see, that sun is getting pretty low.
Sure, we could set up camp in the dark, but finding a flat, level spot for the overlanders, we would need daylight. The sun was dipping fast, just kissing the horizon, and right when we needed it most, we spotted the perfect clearing, just in time.
Okay, Jake is just pulling his Ranger up. I think we found a pretty decent spot. It ain't perfect, but the view is pretty fantastic. Let me show you.
Our campsite couldn't have been better, tucked right along the Escarpment cliffs, with a break in the tree line that opened up to a sweeping view of the South Dakota prairies. The sun had just set, and the sky lit up in streaks of purple, blue, and gold. It was one of those scenes that stops you for a minute, just to take it all in.
Cool thing is we're far enough away from the main track.
Yeah, this spot is pretty freaking epic, but we're running out of daylight, so we're going to start setting up camp while we have the time and the light to do it.
Like yesterday.
Well, everybody, it's been a hell of an adventure. Calling it early tonight. That way we can get home at a reasonable time tomorrow, get up early enough, and still get plenty of rest. We'll see you on the trails tomorrow.
Good morning, everybody. Well, we got up a little early, right before the sun got up. We've been packing up, making breakfast. It's gorgeous out here, everybody. Truly a sight to be seen. We are all packed up. We're gonna get on the road here. It's gonna be fun.
You want to lead us out today?
Sure, just tell me left or right when we get to one of the forks, okay?
Sounds good.
Making these videos isn't just a hobby, it's personal. A way to share my journey and maybe one day give my kids something to remember me by. For me, it's about living fully and chasing adventure and stepping into the wild just to see what's out there. That's why I bring these moments to you. Life's short and not always predictable, but the planning and the effort and seeing it all come together, it does mean something. And if it inspires even one of you to chase your own experience, whatever it may be, then it's all been worth it.
We're coming up on a pretty cool switchback area right now. It's pretty awesome. This side of the trail is a lot more technical than the other stuff that we've been on the last couple days.
Check out this cliff down there.
We got a steep angle. It's gonna go up, so I'm gonna try to catch it on the meter that I have in front of me. I have my truck in double low, so we'll see how this goes.
Everybody, Jake and I have pretty much reached the downhill portion that leads out of Custer Gallatin National Forest here. We had a hell of an adventure. Epic 2 days of overlanding. I think we probably hit about, 100 miles of trails total between going out and back. Because that was the type of trail we were on, was an out and back. Hey, if you all have enjoyed this adventure, it was particularly rugged for us all. Everything's rocking around. Make sure you like and subscribe. Help the channel grow. Would love to see this channel grow into something big. Mostly just want to share these adventures with everyone. And until that next time, everybody, live free or die.